everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Seriah Alexus. So I literally just sat down for like an hour and a half filming this whole video. My audio was not on the whole time, so I am about to cry, to be honest. I'm so mad, but you guys did not come here to hear that. I'm just gonna explain everything that I already filmed before on how I edit my thumbnails. So I'm gonna go through two different thumbnail styles that I make. The first one is a regular sit down video like this one, or like a tutorial where I just take a picture and I just edit that one photo. And then I'll also show you guys an example of how I edit my vlogs, which is usually like a collage type of photo. So step one is taking the picture, obviously. So what I would do is, for the first style of thumbnail, which is this one, I would use a remote to take the picture, and then usually I'll smile because I feel like smiling is more welcoming in thumbnails. So make sure that there's enough space in the thumbnail picture so that I can add text. So after I take the picture, I'll import it into my iPad, and I do all my editing and make my thumbnails on my iPad Air. So I'll go into Lightroom, and I already have a preset for my thumbnails, so I'll just use that. And if there's any other changes I need to make in the photo, I'll just do that manually. And then after I'm done with all the editing in Lightroom, then I will go into Facetune, which is kind of like the similar process of how I edit my Instagram pictures when I think about it. And then I'll just do any whitening to the photo to make it look more bright, and then I'll also smooth out my face. Let's say if I have a pimple or something, you know. And then after that, I will import that photo into Procreate, and this is where I do all my creative editing and add my text. When I go into Procreate, I already have a template saved for thumbnail sizes, which is 1280 by 720. I'll have it here. You can screenshot it if you don't know. Those are the dimensions for it. With Procreate, when I first started using it, I noticed that my photos were really oversaturated when I imported them, and that is based off of the color profile. So when you create templates, Procreate, and you're going to be importing photos, make sure that you have the color profile with the RGB. I just noticed that this doesn't create that oversaturation in my photos anymore. So you can just screenshot that, and then from there I just import the photo, and if it needs to be resized, I just resize the photo so that it fits into the YouTube thumbnail template. And then I will go in, I will add text. You don't have to create a new layer for text, because when you add in your text, it already creates a layer for you. So I create my text, I type in what I'm going to say, so what's on my iPad. I triple click on the text so that it highlights everything, and then I change the font to Impact. That's the font that I use for my thumbnails. And I increase the size and the tracking to make it look a little bit more spaced out. And then also you'll notice that a little notification will come up asking you to rasterize, and I think that's how you say it, to rasterize your text, but don't rasterize it until you're done editing it. Alright, from there, then I just change the text to white, because that's normally the color that I use for my thumbnails. And then I'll just resize it and move it around and stuff like that to where I like it. Then I tilt it a little bit in this photo. And now that my text is rasterized, then I can add different effects. So one of the effects I use is to make it curved. I go to liquify and I use push, and I just move it a little bit so that it looks curved. And you can screenshot the settings I have for that so that you can use the same settings and it won't distort your text too much. Then after that, I just duplicate that text, and I make the bottom layer of that text black so that it looks like it's a little shadow. And if you want it to look blurred out, then you can add a blur to that layer of text. And then from there, I like to add another little background behind the text just to make it pop out more. Another thing that I like to do is add different keywords in my thumbnail so that people know like what this video is about. I picked the studio pen brush, I think, just drew little circles on the thumbnail, and then I added a new layer, of course, because you want to create new layers for each different element. I made the text the same color as that paint stroke that I did behind the what's on my iPad text. So here I'm just going to write content creation, productivity, aesthetic, and also my favorite apps. What I'm going to do is just outline myself in the iPad so that that stands out, and I always just use the chalk brush for this. Alright, so after I'm done adding all those different graphics and text, then I will just save that thumbnail to my camera roll. And this is the finished thumbnail. moving on to the next style, which is my vlogs. This is more of a collage style type of thumbnail. So for the most part, I'll just use screenshots for the video for my vlog type of thumbnails, but I always want to make sure that I'm in the photo. They say that when you are in your thumbnails, it tends to perform better on YouTube. So I always just have one picture of me in it, and then the other two can just be like flat lays or something like that. So then I'll just import those photos into Phonto. I create a new plain image and just make sure that that dimension's 1280 by 720, and then I'll add in all the photos. I'll resize them just so it looks even. Whatever's outside of the white borders will be cut out of the photo, and then I'll save that, and this is what it would look like after I'm done with the photo in Phonto. Then I'll bring it into Lightroom, add the thumbnail preset, then I'll bring that photo to Facetune and whiten it, and then I will bring it into Procreate and start adding the text. So this is just an example, but it will be like a weekend in my life vlog. I'll add the text, make sure everything is highlighted, then I'll change the font to impact, increase the size and the tracking, and then I will change the color to white. One way you can do this is by dragging and dropping the color right onto the text, or you can just select the layer and it'll change the color of the whole thing. And then after that, I will go in with a brush. Sometimes I play around with different effects in brushes, like the spray paint one, which I did with my iPad unboxing. So the next thing I'll do is just add again those keywords in my thumbnail. So for this, I just pointed to the body scrub and just wrote like self-care. Here I wrote room redo, outfit of the day, stuff like that. And then I'm just outlining that text so that it pops out more, and outlining the arrows so that you can see them. And then again, I'm gonna go in with the chalk brush. And one thing you can do is increase the streamline percentage so that if your hand is really shaky and you want your lines to be straighter, this will make them straighter for you. And then I just outline different parts of the pictures in my thumbnail just to make it pop out more. If I want to add in any more special effects or anything like that, I can go in and use Picsart, and you can use different brushes in Picsart. And another thing, if you don't have Procreate, Picsart is also another way you can draw little graphics onto your photos. I do think it is important to kind of have some feature of your thumbnails that is cohesive so that people know like, okay, this is your video just by looking at the style of your thumbnail. And just some random tips. If you're looking for your own personal thumbnail style, just scroll through YouTube and look through different people's thumbnails, see what other people are doing, pull inspiration from that. I'm not saying to completely copy somebody else's style, but just pull inspiration from other people's videos so that you have an idea of what you want and what you like. Another tip is to add large text so people can read it. Most people watch YouTube videos on their phones, so make sure your text stands out, it's big. I like to add like different scripts and stuff to my text, but I want to make my main text like a script or something that somebody can't read. Lastly, they say people are attracted to bright colors. If that's not your style, then stay true to yourself. But if you do like different colors, adding bright colors can be a way of making your thumbnails more eye-catching. Comment down below your channel name or your channel so I can go stalk you guys' channels if you have a channel. If you want me to do a video of me creating thumbnails with only free apps, I can do that. Make sure you like it. If it gets to 50 likes, then I will film that for you guys, because then I'll know you guys want to see that. Also, check out my TikTok and my Instagram. I post on there kind of consistently now. I'm proud, guys. And do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss when I upload. I'm trying to get to a dedicated day to post. I'm working on it, but as soon as I have it together, I will definitely let you guys know. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Yeah, and she don't wanna go to sleep, she angry. Lately she been noticing me angry. No, I was that we can change places, don't